Hello guys, let's chat. I'm back again with another video all about eating disorder recovery. So if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Kiandra. I make videos about eating disorder recovery, lifestyle, fashion, all that jazz. Mostly about eating disorder recovery at the minute because my Instagram has moved that way and I've got a lovely little community there. So if you're over from Flourish with Kiandra, hello. Please subscribe. I upload weekly on a Saturday, so please check out my content. But I'll get on with this video, and it is all about accepting weight gain. So weight gain, it's like demonized in society for no reason at all, because we all gain weight at periods of our life. We have to. We start as small humans, babies, and we grow and develop into adults, and we go through so many different life changes, you know, growing up, stress, relationships, pregnancy, if you're a woman, loads of different things that affect our weight, and weight gain is not a bad thing, but for some reason society has made it so. And if you are in recovery from an eating disorder, specifically a restrictive one that has meant you've lost weight, or even not an eating disorder and you've had an illness, if you are recovering from any sort of illness and need to gain weight, it can be hard. Like, I think it's like not given enough attention. You know, there is an amazing Instagram that I look at a lot, Gain with Millie. I think it's Millie G Fitness is her Instagram, all about her weight gain journey. Amazing account. I love her stuff, and she talks all about weight gain. But you know, there should be more accounts like that talk about weight gain. I think when I was recovering from an eating disorder and gaining weight, I didn't really have too much or too many places that I could turn to, and I just felt really alone with it. And I did a lot of my weight gain in hospital, and I think the reason for that was because I had nothing that could like make the process easier for me. So I want to talk all about weight gain today and how you can make it a little bit easier for yourself. Number one, and something that I did, was I needed to clear up my social media. So again, like, there's some really positive accounts out there, like people like Millie, me, I hope. It's less about my body, although I have posted a few things recently that are a little bit more personal. But yeah, clean up your social media. There is so many hyper edited photos. Like, I'd literally go on my phone now and go on Instagram, and I'm sure I'd see something that was like body focused, that was like perfect. I mean, I don't know if you saw in the news recently about heroin chic. Ridiculous, like a new fashion trend that's come back around about heroin chic. I mean, heroin chic is so disordered. Like, who even wrote that article? I don't know. But yeah, clear up your social media. You don't want to be looking at hyper edited photos if you're on a weight gain journey. Just surround yourself with positivity. Nothing about body or fitness or anything about that if you don't want to. Do things like arts, music, like change up your social media or log out. Like, that is one of the biggest things that I would recommend. Obviously, I post stuff like about eating disorder recovery, but sometimes you just don't want to look at anything, and that's totally okay. Also, do we like my lights? I don't know if I've shown you my lights before. They change colour. I don't know if I can even change them. Oh my god, yay. What colour do we want? Yeah, we're gonna go with blue. Anyway, a little side note there. So yeah, I would say clean up your social media. Number two, big one. And yeah, I'm gonna take you to my mirror. Hang on. Okay, we are at my mirror, and one thing, oh my god, can you even see my socks? It's really cold in the UK, so I'm wearing some really funky socks and I look quite festive. But anyway, change of direction. Mirrors. In my weight gain journey, I used to body check all the time, and it is so unproductive. Like, because your brain literally tries to convince you that you have gained loads of weight when you actually haven't. Like, I used to look at myself and go, oh my god, I've gained here, and like used to track myself constantly. And one of the biggest things that was a shift for me is I stopped looking in mirrors while I was gaining weight. And that's not saying that you should stop looking in mirrors in general. Like, I just used to have like a different shift. Like, I looked at my face, I looked at what I was wearing, I didn't look at my body like and scrutinize it. And like every mirror that I went to, I didn't stop and like try and check if I've gained weight or not. Like that shift for me was massive. And if you can't like control yourself around mirrors, like if you feel like you have no like self-control around looking in them, like put a sheet over them, like hide them, ask your parents to hide them, or if you're living alone, literally like just put away your mirrors, ask somebody to take them away. Just have mirrors that you can like do your makeup or like hair, or if you're a guy, like literally just like see yourself. It's fine to see yourself, but if you feel like mirrors and full length mirrors are like meaning that you put too much attention on your body, just like get rid of them. So that would be my second tip. Third tip, positive affirmations. If you feel like you can have full length mirrors in your house and you're not going to look at them and think like, I'm going to like scrutinize my body, stick positive affirmations on them. Like I don't have any pieces of paper, otherwise I would have written one for you, but like literally get loads of post-it notes, stick pictures of like your family, friends, like loads of different things that remind yourself why you are gaining weight. Like if you are recovering from a restrictive eating disorder and have lost weight as a consequence, not everyone, but if you have, weight gain is a necessary part of eating disorder recovery. Even if you have convinced yourself that you don't need to do it, you do. It is because you need to rewire your brain. You need to give yourself the nutrients that you've lost. You need to get back to where your body is happy and healthy, and weight gain, unfortunately, is a big part of recovery. And so like remind yourself why you are doing this. Like have pictures, have quotes, have positive affirmations, surround yourself with things that remind you of why you are doing this. Like that was like one of the biggest things for me, is trying to block out negativity. Like as much as like society demonizes weight gain, it shouldn't demonize it for everyone at all, because weight gain is so important. Like people gain and lose weight like daily. Like if you look at the scale, and if you look at a scale, which we'll talk about in a minute, like you could hop on the morning and the evening and have gained like 3 kilograms. Like it's all about weight change, water changes, like differences in clothing, time of the day, whether you've pooed or not, whether you're wearing clothes, like so many different things that, you know, weight gain is not a bad thing. And yeah, so if you need any reminders, give yourself like a pat on the back, surround yourself with positivity. Mirrors are, I love to hate them. Like I like this in my house because it makes the room look nice, but like if I didn't feel strong enough that I wasn't gonna like scrutinize myself at every minute, I would have got rid of it. So yeah, be very careful. I'm gonna go back to the sofa because the light is in my eyes. I'm back on the sofa. I don't even know if I'm in the same position as I was before, but like who cares. Also, another thing is I keep looking at myself in the camera because I have this screen, so I need to remember to look at the lens. Oh my god, why am I even telling you this? Whatever. I don't even know what tip I'm on. 4th, 5th, whatever. Next tip, scales. Love to hate them. Now, scales, all they do is tell you your relationship with the ground, gravity, like how much you weigh. It's just a numerical value. It doesn't mean jack shit. It really doesn't. Sorry for swearing, but like it really doesn't mean anything. It's important within recovery to, I think, see a progression in weight if you are needing to like increase food and increase weight, just to know you're on the right journey. But if you are weighing yourself multiple times a week, quit doing that, especially if you're gaining weight, because a change in number is just going to freak you out. Like I used to be obsessed with the scale. Like when I mean obsessed, it was like multiple times a day. And if there was any change, I would restrict or I'd engage in a behaviour, like an eating disorder behaviour. And the biggest thing for me was stopping weighing myself and only doing it weekly. And at the start, I couldn't see my weight just because I hated seeing my weight change. So my parents did it blind for me when I was like young and recovering from an eating disorder. But I would say I would recommend not being scale averse either, because you want to have a good relationship with your weight. Like you want to be able to see it and be okay with that, and be able to see it and be okay with changes as well, because chances are there will be changes in your weight over the years. So if you're stuck on seeing a specific number, like if you said, oh, I've got to a healthy weight now, and you're like not letting yourself move past that, that is disordered. So it's not all about weight, but it's being okay with your weight. So make sure you don't weigh yourself too much. And if you can't control your reaction to seeing the weight, do it blind and get somebody else to do it for you, because it's only going to make weight gain even harder. So yeah. Next tip, clothes. Now, I like baggy clothes, but I also like tight fitting clothes. But one thing that was really important for me when I was gaining weight, and I probably will continue to gain weight over my lifetime because I'm hoping to have a child one day and I'll gain weight then, is making sure that you throw out clothes that don't fit anymore. Because I held on to all my clothes, and one of the this sounds really funny, but one of the biggest reasons why I didn't want to gain weight is because I didn't want to buy new clothes. It was linked to me being a fashion influencer. I was like, I've got like all these clothes, what if I can't fit into them anymore? Like, and I just held on to that idea of being a certain size, and that's why I like put off recovery for like a long time. But when I started like chucking out my clothes, not chucking out, I gave them to charity or I sold them. That's a caveat in this. Don't just like throw them away. We've got too many clothes in landfill as it is. But like, give them away, give them to siblings, like give them to friends, sell them on Depop, Vinted, whatever. But remove that trigger, because if you put on a pair of jeans that don't fit, it makes you feel really bad for no reason at all, because you can just buy a new pair of jeans. And that's what would be my tip. It's only a pair of like jeans or a set of clothes. Like, it is not the end of the world. Like, if you need to buy new clothes, it might feel really bad at the time, and I'm not gonna lie, it did for me. I just felt like it just felt awful, because I was like, I don't understand why I have to buy new clothes. Like, why can't I stay the way I am and recover? But like, they just don't go together, because if you're going to stay the way you are, you're probably going to engage in some sort of disordered behaviour. So by buying new clothes and getting rid of old ones that don't fit, you are detaching yourself from that identity. And that's another thing. So we move on. Get rid of clothes that don't fit. Just get them out of the house. Moving on from that, and one of my final tips is about your identity that's linked to a weight. Your personality, or my personality, is nothing to do with the way I look. And for so many years, I believed that my personality and my weight were joined. Like, they were just, my whole identity was built around a size that I thought I needed to be. But I couldn't be more wrong. Like, people don't remember you for your clothes size or your body weight. Like, they won't look at you and go, oh, you are X amount of kilograms. That means that you're a good person. Like, they will look at you and they will be friends with you, or like want to spend time with you because you're funny, you're courageous, you're intelligent, like you, all of these different things that you are. Like, everyone has different traits that are amazing about them. But if you are basing your worth around an identity, you're going to be missing out on so many relationships that you could be forming with other people based around the positive, like, personality traits that you hold, like your kindness. Like, it has nothing to do with your weight. And chances are, if you are restricting, your personality is not going to be shining through. And your eating disorder tries to convince you that no one will like you if you're a healthy weight. But I'm telling you, that couldn't be more wrong. Like, people don't care. They want you to be the best version of you. And if that means recovering from your eating disorder and gaining the damn weight, then just do it. Just do it. I know I'm being harsh, and it's not about being harsh. It's like, I needed these real truths when I was gaining weight, and I want you to all remember this when you're gaining weight. Is like, it's not, the world's not going to end. Like, you are perfect, no matter whether you're like got an ideal body or like the body that you're meant to have. An ideal body is not real. Like, that's something I need you to all know, is like, the ideal body is something that has been created by society that is so wrong. Like, society has got it wrong in many ways. Like, we need to go back to the time where like idols like Marilyn Monroe were like the ideal normal bodies. Like, normal bodies, like, we have curves, we have stretch marks. Like, I have stretch marks, I have rolls. Like, I am a woman. Like, we're not meant to be stick thin. Like, I had to let go of that identity, so you can do it, I promise you. The last thing I will say is, don't put the weight gain off, because the longer you put it off and the longer you stay in quasi recovery, or, you know, if you'd started like, I don't know, eating more but not gained weight, and you're like, oh, I'm fixed now, I'm eating more. Like, don't put it off, because chances are, like, you'll end up relapsing or going backwards again. Like, it's about, like, rewiring your brain, and rewiring your brain comes with having to gain weight. Like, you can't rewire your brain if you're constantly doing disordered behaviors, because you want to program your brain that it's okay to be a healthy weight. It's okay to eat to my hunger levels. Even if your hunger levels are all over the place, it's because you're in recovery. But like, one day when you are at a healthy weight for your body, and that might not be the minimum healthy BMI either, that is something I'll talk about in another video, set point theory, and why it's really important in recovery. But like, you need to learn that it is okay to be a healthy weight, and it's okay to gain weight, because you are perfect the way you are at a healthy weight. I've said weight so many times, and I feel like my eyes are all flitting about, and I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I hope this is helpful. Like, I want you to know that you are totally capable of doing this. Oh my god, now the doorbell's going. Is that my cue to leave? I think that's my cue to leave. Okay, you've got this. I am always here if you need to talk. And yeah, I hope that you are able to employ some of these tips and it helps you in your weight gain journey. Like, you have got this. You have definitely got this. I will see you in my next video. I hope this wasn't too rambly. I love you all lots. Follow me on Instagram, please subscribe, and all that jazz.